What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Man, Tony Bellew is a clown, man. I just read this article that this dude wrote that I just wonder how much he got paid to write this nonsense, where he absolutely goes off on Deontay Wilder and saying he's got to get real and accept he's a poor man's Anthony Joshua. And then this dude goes on to say some of the most, first of all, he doesn't know what he's talking about. His facts are just crazy. Even if he listened to Eddie Hearn, I think even Eddie Hearn would correct this guy, but more than likely Eddie Hearn had him write this article because he works for Eddie Hearn, just like Anthony Joshua works for Eddie Hearn. Man, this dude says that he thinks he has a better heavyweight resume than Deontay Wilder does. He said, I got a better record at heavyweight than Wilder. I fought a former heavyweight champion, world champion twice. Wilder has to understand he's the B-side. He's the man with the belt and no standout victories on his resume. Now, when a bum, like Tony Bellew starts running his lips with nonsense like this, you know that certain faction of UK boxing fans have lost their God-given mind. Tony Bellew said, I have a better record at heavyweight than Deontay Wilder. When somebody says that, you literally can throw when he said that, you can literally throw everything he says for the rest of this article and before it completely out of the window. Tony Bellew is a bum. This is a bum who has never won a boxing match outside of Great Britain. Never. He fought another overrated champion, if you want to call David Haye that. A David Haye whose best... I don't think David Haye has ever won a fight outside of the UK. What did he do? Who did he face? Nikolai Valuev. I'm pretty sure that is the biggest record. That's the best fight. Yeah, I'm sorry. Tony Bellew has won one fight outside of the UK against Nikolai Valuev. David Haye, I don't think David Haye has won more than 10 heavyweight fights at all. Let's count how many wins at heavyweight this phony before a phony getting referred to being referenced by a phony. David Haye. David Haye has a win over Monty Barrett. Remember Monty Barrett? I used to like Monty Barrett. Monty Barrett be one of the guys I like, man. But journeyman. Journeyman Monty Barrett, who at the time was 34-6. Then he beats Nikolai. He wins the belt off of Nikolai Valuev in Nuremberg, right? So the first one is in Greenwich. Do believe that's the UK. Then he goes to Nuremberg, and fights Nikolai Valuev, 7-foot bum. Then he beats John Ruiz, the same John Ruiz who had lost his heavyweight championship to a middleweight in Roy Jones Jr. Then Audley Harrison. This is what this Manchester. Then he gets the brakes beaten off of him by Vladimir Klitschko, and then Tarek Chisora, Mark Demore, whatever his name is, Arnold, whatever. This guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins and 3 losses at heavyweight. David Haye is got to be, and no disrespect to David Haye, personally, but David Haye is a bum. And he beat an old, how old is David Haye, man? David Haye is born in 1980. So what does that make him, 38 years old? He beat a 38-year-old bum who has never won a fight out of Great Britain. And Tony Bellew, let me see how many fights this dude has won outside of Great Britain. See, this is why he likes He likes Anthony Joshua because he's somebody else that is never going to win a fight outside of Great Britain. Man, give me a break. Tony Bellew, if he saw Deontay Wilder walking down the same hallway as he would tuck his vagina into his pants and run for the hills. Tony Bellew, the same Tony Bellew Tony Bellew, how's your record at light heavyweight, man? Just wondering. Let me look at this dude's stellar record at heavyweight. He has fought David Haye, BJ Flores, Lunja Makabu, whoever the hell that is. No, I'm sorry. That's a cruiserweight. He beat David Haye twice at heavyweight. That's it. I was actually gonna get a dude credit for for the cruiserweight fights that he had. This dude has 2 wins against the over-the-hill David Haye, and his heavyweight record is better than Deontay Wilder's. Hey, man, you have no respect. Now, Eddie Hearn losing all respect for the nonsense that he says, is one thing. But Tony Bellew has lost all respect for that. Hey, man, don't talk crap about people you're afraid of. I saw the interview, Tony, when you said what happened when you shook Deontay Wilder's hand and Deontay Wilder wrapped his arm around you, put his hand around your back, and you felt like a little girl in his arms. And you knew right then that you would never get in the ring with him. But hey, man, you're calling out Tyson Fury after a bad fight. This is the dude this is the dude that got knocked out. This is the dude that got knocked out by Adonis Stevenson at light heavyweight. Boy, shut up. Shut up, man. Just shut up. You guys are jokes, man. Some of you guys are jokes, not the people who really know. But come on, man, David Haye, just because you and David Haye robbed a bunch of cats out there in the UK for some pay-per-view just because Matchroom Boxing is doing a good job, stealing money from cats out there in the UK, does not mean that your record that you should even be talking about Deontay Wilder. Shut your mouth unless you think you can get in the ring. You're a heavyweight. Why don't you call him out and ask for the fight? You know what's going to happen to Tony Bellew if he gets in the ring with Deontay Wilder? It's not going to go a minute and a half. I give him a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, Deontay Wilder will concuss that dude within 30 seconds. And David Haye didn't want none of that work either. David Haye, you talking about your record is better because you beat a guy that held a belt. How many years ago was it that this clown? Now, I hate to get on David Haye, but come on, man. David Haye was a hype job. He's a hype job like you're a hype, just like Tony Bellew is he can't even manage to be a hype job. And Anthony Joshua's a hype job. The 3 UK hype jobs. David Haye. Let me see when David Haye actually held a heavyweight belt. I know that was before he got the brakes beaten off of him by Vladimir Klitschko. But let's go back to see when this dude, he held one 7 years ago. Because you got somebody, I guess that means that, let me see who held a heavyweight belt since, what's his name? David Haye has held a heavyweight belt. Was Audley Harrison? No. Who held the belt over there, man? Maybe, God dog. Let's see who the IBF heavyweight champions have been. Well, I guess that was, no, because Vladimir Klitschko held that down for a long time, and then Deontay Wilder held that down, has been holding it down for several years. So there haven't been very many champions. And in fact, there's only really one right now because Anthony Joshua is a paper champion, and his belts are really owned by Tyson Fury. But anyway, man, these guys saying this nonsense is just, come on, man. Let's be honest. Ortiz was 90 years old when he fought Wilder. This is what he says. Come on, man. Have some respect, Tony. Pull your lips up off of Eddie Hearn's anus, man. Just, you work for Eddie Hearn. I know you work for Eddie Hearn. Everybody knows Anthony Joshua works for Eddie Hearn. Did you hear what Eddie Hearn said about the if Deontay Wilder doesn't accept this offer that he's made? That he does, I guess he's referring to the 2-fight deal. That maybe he won't get the Anthony Joshua bout until after the Dillian White fight. Dude, he's not going to get it till after the Dillian White fight anyway, because Anthony Joshua's a coward, and you are, and Anthony Joshua, maybe not because just because Anthony Joshua's a coward. He looks like a coward, but maybe he's not a coward. He just looks like a coward. Walk like a duck, quack like a duck. I could say talk like a duck, but he ain't said anything because Eddie told him to shut up. Now Eddie's saying, if you don't sign this 2-fight contract with me, you might not get this bout with Anthony Joshua until after Dillian White does. Oh, really? Shocker. You want to have an in-house fight with Dillian White and Deontay Wilder. Look, man, here's the truth of the matter. Here's my opinion of the matter. Nobody's going to care about Anthony Joshua, man, because Anthony Joshua's already lost the high road. His career is on the downslide. Now, you might say, why would I say that Anthony Joshua's career is on the downslide? Because he has nowhere to go. If he doesn't come over to the United States and face Deontay Wilder, he has nowhere else to go. He can keep doing the same thing. He has 2 more fights. All he's going to do is go around and around in circles and fight who? Okay, so he faces Povetkin. What's he going to do after Povetkin? He's going to fight Dillian White. Now he's having rematches that nobody outside of the UK wants to see or care about. So now he's going to fight what? After that, who's he going to fight after that? What's he going to do? Ask for a rematch with Joseph Parker? See if Vladimir Klitschko come out of retirement. What's he going to do? See if he'll fight Luis Ortiz. We know maybe he'll fight Luis Ortiz when Ortiz actually turns 42 or 43. What's he going to do? Deontay Wilder's career is going to go up because he's the guy that Anthony Joshua's afraid of. And and you can write all your little cute articles you want out there in the UK, but you have a finite amount of people. You've already tapped out of that market. And when you've tapped out, there's only one way to go, which is down. They're not going to build a bigger stadium for it or make additions to Wembley Stadium for extra nosebleed seats. You're not going to sell any more on pay-per-view. You're not going to sell any larger number on pay-per-view because, quite honestly, people in the UK are starting to see what the deal is. Deontay Wilder doesn't need Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder can continue to do exactly what he's doing and wait for that dude to implode. And that's the fact. He doesn't have to fight for Eddie Hearn. He doesn't have to cow-tide and go to the UK. He doesn't have to do any of that. He can stay right where he is, continue to do exactly what he's done, and continue to be straight. Deontay Wilder's not going to starve. Deontay Wilder's he's not going to go hungry. He'll just have to just put up with the fact that he's only making $4 or $5 million. He's only making $3 million a fight, right? He's only a multimillionaire. Listen to this fool. Tony Bellew. Deontay Wilder's only worth $20 million. He's barely worth $20 million. Dummy. You can't say that somebody's barely worth $20 million and have that be an insult. It's not possible. You guys are living in some world where you think that because you don't make more money, that you don't make more money than anybody else in the world, that as long as you can name somebody who makes more money than you, that you're broke. That's ego. Okay? That's ego. That's not reality. That's ego. The fact of the matter is, if Deontay Wilder's worth $10 million and he gets 2 fights next year, if he gets 2 more fights at $2 million a piece on Showtime, that's it. He doesn't even need to do anything anymore. He's from Alabama. What does he need? How much money do you need? All he's got to do is sit and wait and continue to do him. But I know what you guys got to do. You got to deal with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn is a lying, dishonest piece of crap. He's got guys like Tony Bellew writing this nonsense. Or maybe Tony Bellew worked for Sky Sports, so maybe Sky Sports has him writing this nonsense. But whatever it is, man, it is what it is. Tony Bellew, I would love to see a bout between Tony Bellew and Deontay Wilder. See if your boss, Eddie Hearn, will get you that pay-per-view bout against. Come on over to the United States. Since you want to call out a retired Andre Ward, come on over to the United States. If you're a free agent and you got the ability to do it, come over there and try to get that mandatory. Come on to Alabama, man, and see what you can do over there, man, with Deontay. You won't do it because that'll end your career. Without a doubt, it'll end your career. You will be humiliated, but before you realize you've been humiliated, you're gonna have to wake up. You're gonna have to wake up, get up off that stretcher, put your feet on the cold, hard hospital ground, have those doctors wave the little lights in your eyes, and ask you to count to 10. Ask you what the date is, what your mother's maiden name is, all of that stuff, just to make sure that you don't have serious brain damage. They're probably going to put you on a concussion protocol for a couple weeks or whatever. Make sure you ain't playing any loud music at your house, because that's exactly what would happen to you if you ever got in the ring with Deontay Wilder. You know it. He knows it. Joshua knows it. So what are you even doing talking? You got a better record at heavyweight than Deontay Wilder. Boy, shut up. You're humiliating yourself. You're humiliating your mama. Okay? Yeah. God, dog. What a joke. An absolute bum and a real bum calling Deontay Wilder a bum. And this would be the one thing I would say for sure. If Deontay Wilder did take a bout with Tony Bellew, that would be a time when I would honestly say, yes, Deontay Wilder did bum hunt. Because he would have to be bum hunting to fight Tony Bellew, the guy who says that he's got a better heavyweight record than a guy that is fought, who has 40 professional heavyweight fights, is 39 knockouts in 40 professional fights, has won the WBC championship and has defended it 7 times, knocked out Luis Ortiz, and has your champion running for the hills, turning down $50 million that he asked for to avoid the fight, man. Tony Bellew, you're a joke. And the funny thing is, Tony, not only would Deontay Wilder knock you out, over here in the United States, we got a blown up 168 pounder that just retired that would come and beat your brains in. Gotta be kidding me, man. Tony Bellew's a joke. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Peace.